Hey guys, what's going on? Ninshy here, and I am bringing you guys a bit of an update video in regards to Conduit Reminisce. So, in the vid as everybody knows, I asked for interviews and B-roll footage. As I've noticed, as far as questions that have been circulating around the actual documentary itself, a lot of the questions really are, um, what really is like, how do they do the interviews, or what is the interview section supposed to be like? And I kind of want to show that to you guys in at least in here, and I also want to show what can constitute as B-roll footage necessarily. Because I'm doing this in a screen recording, the videos may be a little bit laggy, but for the most part, you're going to get to see and kind of get the idea of what I'm actually getting at. In addition to that, before I even go into that portion, I actually want to talk about a few little minor things. I would first want to say I appreciate everybody who's been watching the vidoc and has given their segments and read the posts that I've made and talked about, being up to do this and be a part of this project and to even submit and everything like that. Or even just if you're somebody who's just a supporter who's like, I support what you're doing, I say go for it, things like that. Those things mean a lot to me because it's actually a pretty serious project, something that I really want to do. So to know that I have that kind of support is actually really nice, and it keeps me motivated. So in addition, so next in line, I guess to say is to really I would like I the submissions are still going on. Obviously, you guys can still send in your stuff at any point in time. Like I said, I'm not gonna close it out till around like April, Mayish, probably March, like towards the end of March, but it might lead into April, May. Um, and what I really wanted to say was I want to try and get a good, decent number of submissions in. So any of you guys who can like burn through it really fast and send your stuff in. I mean, I'm not asking for anything long. If you can, if your segment only takes 10 minutes or whatever your case may be, just whatever you have input on or anything you want to say in general, go ahead and contribute it. I just want to get a couple segments in, so this way that if possible, I can put out a trailer for the actual documentary itself, just so you guys can kind of see and get the feel of what's going to be going on, and I can get a little trailer together by possibly by the end of January, if not somewhere in February. That would be that'd be idealistic, just considering that March is the next month and it kind of be coming to an end. So you kind of have that little trailer coming out, and then you have the actual thing in itself. So that would be pretty good. So hopefully, I mean, I can get some more submissions in to kind of put something together. I'm going to be doing my parts pretty soon, even. So I'm looking forward for that. Another quick thing that I wanted to talk about because I know that some people that play this game are on like the UK or in the UK, or they might be in Spanish speaking countries or etc. So what I was thinking to myself was, is this: if you want to submit your portion in the language that you're more comfortable speaking, of course, like if you don't feel that your English is, if you're not comfortable with your English or anything like that, feel free to send your piece in. Just if you can, make sure you do the subtitles. Or if you're not gonna do the subtitles, send me like a text file, put a text file in the folder, so that way I know like what I'm translating or whatever. And if that would be really good. I mean, it would probably be more work for you to put in a text file because then you have to put the times between the sentences, so that way I know. But I mean, if you can put the subtitles in there yourselves, that'd be great. So that's just one thing. I think that'd be pretty nice and beneficial to have, and I want to make sure that I maximize out as many people that I can get in. I think it would just be pretty good that way. But yeah, that's pretty much as far as the updates and the little things go. I just want to get that across. So again, going into actual footage here, I'm going to show you something because a friend of mine, Simon, who's actually he did a really good job with his segment, and I actually really did enjoy it. I'm gonna make sure I bring this up into the video here. So let me just get this open. Let me come over to the other footage first, just so you guys kind of understand what B-roll can be. B-roll doesn't necessarily have to be you doing something. If you have like gameplay or anything that you want to put in, then that can obviously be used. There's no problem for me to use that. We can use this fun times in Conduit too. Hopefully this actually plays on screen here for you guys, but it should. So I'm just gonna jump ahead. So as you guys see here, there's obviously he gave me some gameplay, and they're just playing around. They're playing around doing funny stuff in the game, so you guys can get the idea. So as you can see, yeah, like I said, that's just him and his friend having, a pretty funny moment in the game, just playing Conduit too. So stuff like that, I can throw in there, and it'll, it'll matter. It'll make a difference. Um, Coming over here to interview clips, which I think is more important and probably more, you know, I think pretty much the bread and butter of the entire documentary here, because this is the interview. As you can see, they're all like little vlog segments. He broke it up into separate videos, which is actually really good, and I do appreciate that because that does me a pretty good favor here. So what I'm gonna go with, let's see, we'll go with just just the intro in general probably, or even better yet, let me give you guys this one little piece of the Conduit story. Let's go with that. And just here you go, guys. So as you guys can see, it's pretty simple. It's a little vlog segment. Um, he's there and he's sharing his thoughts on said topics, and that's primarily what I'm looking for. Like as far as these go, you just have it set up like a vlog would be, and you're just talking. If you have it like you and your friends sitting side by side playing, or you guys are talking about the game, I should say, that's good too. Whatever the case may be, if you want to film the conversation, if it's just you, if it's you and a friend, if it's you and a group of friends, however the case may be, just whatever works for you guys. That's really primarily what I'm after. B-roll footage just again goes to the gameplay and like you and your friends playing together, just you guys playing or you guys sharing a laugh while you're playing with the game, or it could be anything from just your real life, like you walking down the street or just the area that you live in, or anything. And in that way, it's all kind of nice and segmented and put together, and it offers nice transitions as far as the B-roll footage goes, and it switches up in between. So this way, everybody's not just staring at a bunch of vlog segments, and that makes it just a little bit better and gives it a little bit more entertainment for the entire thing at all. So hopefully this gives you guys a fair enough little idea, or just like at least a tiny bit of insight as to what I'm really trying to get at here. Um, but ultimately that's really all I'm looking for as far as these interview sections go, and the vlog segments and the B-roll and everything like that. And again, you guys have till about towards the end of March. I'll be talking about, I'm wrapping up, and then if anything, and I can push out a little bit further, I might push it a little into April. Worst case scenario, it might go over into May, but I don't see that happening. I think April would really be about the furthest that I'd be willing to go. But yeah, guys, just get your footage in as soon as possible. Just keep, recording your things and send them in to me. The email is already in the vidoc. It's, Ninshy is t1 at gmail.com. Just make sure you send your stuff to me as soon as possible, so that way I can start putting this together. But all right, guys, that's really gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope that you guys have a firm grasp on everything, or have a better understanding of what it is that I'm actually after. And with that said, guys, that's gonna do it for me. So, all right, guys, Ninshy, take it easy.